So I've been thinking a lot about my journey as a content creator and thinking a lot about all those things life has taught me in the last 15 years. Not big things, but things I've learned slowly and quietly over time. And so the biggest thing is you don't have to have it all figured out to move forward. You know, I used to think I needed a full, complete plan. I needed clarity. I needed certainty. But you know what? Life doesn't really work that way. Sometimes the next step only appears after you take the one in front of you. So that's lesson number one. Lesson number two is being strong all the time. Let me tell you, it's exhausting. I spent a lot of years just trying to hold everything inside and just trying to hold everything together. And I really didn't realize how heavy that burden was until I started to let myself soften a little. So strength is important, but so is rest. The third lesson, you can love people and still outgrow them. This was a really hard one. But I've learned that outgrowing someone didn't mean I didn't still love them. It just means that I was changing. And sometimes not everyone grows in the same direction at the same speed. So number four, you are allowed to start over as many times as it takes. And this is a huge one for me because I feel like I'm constantly starting over. And so this was a really hard one to learn, to redirect my energy and realize I wasn't failing. Um, it just meant I was allowed to start over and start with a clean slate. And so here's a good one. Money stress doesn't mean you failed. It means you're human. And this is something I'm still working through. I've learned that financial struggles, they don't define my worth. They are a part of me, but they're just part of life. And it doesn't really matter where I am financially. I can still consider myself a success. So here's the next one. Most people are still figuring it out. They just hide it better. So I used to look around, um, on social media everywhere and think that, oh my God, everyone else has it all together. What the heck am I doing? And now I realize most of us are just doing our best with what we know in the moment. And that's it. So here's a big one. You don't need permission to change your life. You don't need permission from anyone. And this one took me a really long time to learn. So, waiting, wondering, second guessing, at some point you realize no one is going to hand you permission. You just have to decide. And this is such a special one for me. Peace is more valuable than proving something. I used to feel like I had something to prove. Now, you know what? I would rather feel calm than be right or impressive or validated. Number nine, your timeline is not behind, no matter what you think, or no matter what people tell you. It's just yours. This one still gets me sometime, but I'm learning that life does not follow a schedule, and there is not a right time for everything. It's just your time. And last but not least, you are so much more resilient than you could ever imagine. When I look back at everything I have been through, everything I've made it through, I realize that I didn't always believe. But now I know I am so strong, I can conquer anything. And if you're anywhere near where I am, you're probably pretty strong too. So the moral of the story is we're all figuring this out one day at a time. And the path doesn't always appear ahead of you. Sometimes you have to take that leap of faith and just know that the steps will appear. And I think that's the point. It's just to have faith that you are right where you are supposed to be. And whatever you're doing, put your best into it, and that's enough. And I love you, and I hope some of this has helped. See you next time.